The Nightbeat starts right now.
Ooh, there's a special energy tonight. You ready? Fiesta's almost here, and the Party with a Purpose officially kicks off tomorrow with Fiesta. This year, it's happening at the Alamo Dome at the H-E-B Plaza.
Now, KSAT will be broadcasting live from Fiesta. Come out, say hi. You also might remember last year, it was rained out. Tomorrow, there's a chance of rain. Adam, how worried should we be?
Not that worried,
okay.
Really. Well, a few storms could pop up later on in the day, particularly the evening hours, but I think odds favor the hill country over San Antonio. There's still that 10 to 20% chance, but again, that's not really a cause to worry. Last year, it was a different situation, a different setup, and much higher confidence of storms developing. So head on out to Fiesta. It's going to be humid, very sticky out there, so when you get the cascarones cracked on you, all that comes out and just gonna stick to you all night long. One of those typical Fiestas. We'll be well into the 80s. It'll be humid and sticky, but that's what Fiesta is. However, a cold front is actually on the way. We'll talk about its impacts and our better rain chances in just a bit.
Yeah, things will be colorful. All right, before you head to the party, it's important to remember to celebrate safely.
Yeah, so if you drink, make sure that you have a sober ride home. The night team's Avery Everett shares the message from two families who lost loved ones to drunk drivers.
Been really hard.
For Yulissa Valero's family,
Some days are better than others, but we miss her.
every day has been hard to bear since her death.
She had a big heart. She would help everybody.
She was hit and killed by a drunk driver 3 months ago. Now, her family is hoping her story will stop people from drinking and driving during Fiesta.
It's scary because we know a lot of drinking goes on.
And they're not alone.
In 2016, myself and my family were hit head-on by a drunk driver.
Aziza Salama lost her fiancé in that crash.
In our city, this is a huge problem.
Now, she helps run San Antonio's Free Riders program. It's a program that brings together more than a dozen bars. Their owners all pledge to provide free rides to prevent impaired driving.
So someone sees a sticker like this in a bathroom, what are the next steps?
It's as simple as just walking up to the bartender manager asking, hey, you know what, I think I've had too much to drink. Can I get a ride home?
She wants this to be a solution for anyone who may have had one too many.
We want to be preventive. We don't want to be reactive.
So much of Fiesta is celebrated on the streets of San Antonio, but construction across the city is causing even more concerns when it comes to drinking and driving.
We really want to challenge people to make sure that they have a sober ride home.
You can take somebody's life like the way Yulissa's life was taken. It was just so unexpected, and it's hard.
As traffic starts to flow in for Fiesta, these families are urging San Antonio to celebrate with safety top of mind.
Anything can happen.
People traveling to and from Fiesta events over the next week can cash in on a rideshare discount. We have that code for Uber on KSAT.com. Avery Everett, KSAT 12 News.
When in doubt, get a ride. Thank you, Avery. Well, KSAT has a chance for you to enjoy a special party at the Battle of Flowers and Fiesta Flambeau parades. Scan the QR code to purchase tickets. The tickets include assigned seating along the parade route, food, drinks, the chance to hang out with some of us. While you're at it, you can also sign up to be a KSAT insider to be the first to get access to special events like these in the future.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Miranda Cáceres, guilty.
And you heard it right there. A jury found Miranda Cáceres guilty in the death of her 4-year-old stepson, Benjamin Cervera. Now, tonight, we're still waiting to learn how long she's going to be in jail. We know that now she's convicted of starving that little boy 3 years ago. During the trial, Benjamin's brother took the stand. He said that he saw Cáceres keep food from his brother. In closing arguments, the defense tried to persuade the jury that this wasn't a case of starvation and that the Bexar County medical examiner got it wrong.
He didn't die from starvation. Benjamin Cervera most likely had autism. The history is there. It's confirmed by April and Brandon that he hits his head. This might have caused or contributed to his death.
Now, the state fired back, saying the Bexar County chief medical examiner got it right and ruled out all other possible causes of death. The jurors in this case are going to reconvene tomorrow morning for the sentencing phase of the trial, and we're going to continue to cover that as well.
It's an alleged scam before you even get to the cemetery. Weeks ago, we told you about this woman, Elena Moreno, a headstone business owner in San Antonio. 12 people told KSAT they gave her money for headstones that they never got. She was eventually arrested and charged for stealing $8,500 from one of those families. So fast forward to now, and she's been charged once again. Moreno arrested yesterday, charged with stealing $42,000 from a combined 15 victims. That's a second-degree felony. She's since bonded out of jail. We followed this story for months. Have several articles about Moreno on our website right now.
Now to a Nightbeat update. A man has died after being shot yesterday just north of downtown. A story that we first told you about last night at 10 happened near Austin and Chestnut Streets. That's where police say someone shot the man several times in the chest. He later died at the hospital. And at this point, police still haven't found the shooter. Now, police are also looking for the person who was involved in an early morning shooting on the southeast side. This happened around 1:30 at a home on Espada Cliff near Sinclair Road and Loop 410. That's where police found a woman in the garage who had been shot and killed. And in that same house, they also found a man who had been shot in the chest. He was taken to the hospital. If you know anything that could help lead to the shooters in either of these cases, please call police.
They're fearing the worst. The family of 19-year-old Roiner Alejandro Rojas Pereira still waiting for some sign of that young man that disappeared in Canyon Lake on Sunday. He was on a tube when he floated away from his family and friends, fell off that tube and yelled for help. The teen's family says he does not know how to swim. Since that moment, state game wardens and dive teams have deployed sonar technology to try and help find him. He disappeared in the Overlook Park area of Canyon Lake, which the Army Corps of Engineers says is not open for public swimming. Owners of a Northside pet shop raided by city employees executing a warrant say that aggressive approach was a waste of time and taxpayer dollars. The city, however, telling a different story. They claim the Forever Pet store is repeatedly violating code, calling it a nuisance property. KSAT Investigates Dylan Collier dove deep into the stalemate between the two sides, and it's streaming right now on our website, KSAT.com. You see horse-drawn carriages all over downtown San Antonio, but not everyone likes them. And once again, there are calls to get rid of them altogether.
Yeah, it's a debate that we keep revisiting every few years. You know, City Council has talked about banning horse-drawn carriages for years. Back in November of 2022, 2 council members requested a plan to phase out those horse-drawn carriages. But it wasn't until today that that request finally made its way to the council's governance committee, which voted unanimously to kick the idea over to another committee for further consideration, just the way local government works. Now, people for the ban argue that making horses pull oversized loads is cruel and that it's dangerous for them and for the people in the downtown area. Now, as for those who profit from the carriage business, they say the city hasn't spoken with them about it and they're annoyed.
Once again, we're trying to be brushed under the rug and have changes made without bringing it to a discussion like we were promised 16 months ago.
Many people romanticize the idea of horse-drawn carriages in San Antonio, but the reality is that they don't belong in our city streets, especially not downtown.
Now, not everyone wants to ban horse-drawn carriages altogether. District 2 Councilman Jalen McKee Rodriguez thinks moving them to a major park could work, like Brackenridge. By the way, horse carriages have been used in San Antonio since at least 1865.
Now, this right here goes to people who own Ford vehicles. More than 450,000 Ford SUVs and pickup trucks are being recalled. It turns out that battery issues could lead to a loss of drive power. Now, it affects Ford Bronco Sports made between 2021 and 2024 and Ford Maverick pickups that were made between 2023 and 2024. The National Highway Transportation Safety Administration says that the battery issues are also causing some problems with hazard lights. Now, you can go take your vehicles to the Ford dealerships and they can fix the problem for free. And if your vehicle's affected by this recall, you should get a notice by May 13th. Now, we're not done with recalls because Toyota also recalling 55,000 cars in the U.S. The recall specifically applies to the 2023 and 2024 Prius and the Prius HEV vehicles. The automaker says that water can enter the rear door latch and cause a short circuit. If the doors aren't locked, Toyota says the door could open while the vehicle's moving. Now, Prius owners can take their cars to a Toyota dealer and get it fixed for free.
More trouble for Boeing. A whistleblower told a Senate subcommittee that he found issues in planes he inspected. Engineer Sam Salapur even went as far as saying Boeing is taking manufacturing shortcuts and is, quote, putting out defective airplanes, end quote. Salapur says assembly crews failed to properly fill gaps when joining parts of 777 and 787 fuselages. Boeing contends that these claims are inaccurate. The Federal Aviation Administration also in the middle of a separate investigation into Boeing. Let's go to your Nightbeat News Flash right now. U.S. senators voted to end the impeachment trial against Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas, the first cabinet secretary to be impeached in nearly 150 years. Mayorkas had been facing 2 articles of impeachment for his handling of the situation at the southern border. Both articles killed by a thin margin in the Senate. Arizona lawmakers failing again to advance a repeal of a Civil War era abortion ban that was reinstated by the state Supreme Court last week. The Republican-controlled House voted on the repeal today, and it was split until the House chair made the tie-breaking decision to not bring it up. Now, the Arizona legislature could still take up the issue with its own bill, but if this reinstated ban does get repealed, the abortion law in Arizona would revert back to a 15-week abortion restriction, which was signed into law in 2022. And that's a look at your Nightbeat News Flash.
They asked for help, you responded, and tonight we're saying thank you. The San Antonio nonprofit Flags for Fallen Vets needed volunteers to place hundreds of thousands of flags on gravestones at Fort Sam Houston National Cemetery right before Memorial Day. Well, tonight, we're very happy to tell you that more than 1,000 people have volunteered to help. More than 1,000. So once again, thank you for signing up. You know, it's that time of year. Have you picked out your Fiesta outfits and colorful home decorations? Well, don't worry about it if you haven't, because you still have time. Next on the Nightbeat, we're going to show you a place where you can find everything you need for Fiesta. This is a special way to give back during the holidays, and it really helped a handful of local charities. Hi, Steve.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to show you this right here. This is what we're talking about. So this was a really special way, these giving machines that local charities got involved. Maybe you remember these. They are Light the World giving machine kiosks. You probably saw them all over the Pearl around Thanksgiving time. Many of you gave to them. Well, today we finally know how successful they were. It turns out that 5 local charities got donation checks. Look at how fat they are. All that money came from those machines.
This is a demonstration of how powerful the communities can be. And being in San Antonio has been a great thing because, you know, we raised more than $100,000 in just a very few weeks.
So today, the Church of the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints sponsors the Light the World's Giving Initiative. Now, representatives say that they want to work with more charities in the future.
I think those machines are just wonderful ideas. Yeah, it's easy to give back there. All right, the Fiesta festivities kick off tomorrow. The celebration also a great opportunity to add some, I don't know, colorful flair to your outfit, even home decor. If you're looking for Fiesta-themed items, look at that runway. Goodwill has been collecting items throughout the year. They have now declared their West Commerce location downtown as Goodwill Fiesta Central. It's got everything from clothes to flower crowns to home goods and much more.
We know that people are on a budget, always, and you want to save that money for your celebrations, for your chicken legs and whatever you're going to purchase at Fiesta events. So come to Goodwill, get started right with some budget pricing on your clothes.
By the way, when you shop with Goodwill, you're also giving back to the nonprofit's efforts of helping those with disadvantages.
And that nonprofit also helps hook up a lot of people with jobs too, so it's awesome. Now, and for everything and anything Fiesta, you see that QR code? Scan it because it'll take you instantly to the KSAT Fiesta page. That's where you're going to get your Fiesta guide plus Fiesta extras, and you can also post your Fiesta pictures. Just a reminder, we really want you to do that because, come on, the 10-day celebration starts tomorrow. We're excited to see everybody out. I mean, I'm just thinking about the humidity. You were talking about the cascarones sticking to your skin tomorrow.
Yeah, I said it's going to be like a confetti bath.
Oh,
it's going to be like confetti. And you know what? To me, that's part of Fiesta.
That's okay.
You just have to embrace it.
I have no problem with that.
Yes, it's great when your skin is, dyed the color of the eggs and the confetti. Oh, it's great. And then you find it all over your car for weeks, and it's in your shower. It's that time of year, and we do have some better rain chances on the way. Not for Fiesta, not for the upcoming River Parade. Actually, it's going to be beautiful for the River Parade. Not very Fiesta-like weather, if you will. Let's talk about rain chances first. 20% chance tomorrow evening. I think that's mainly going to be in the hill country in Edwards Plateau. Friday, a few pop-up isolated storms possible, 20% chance. But Saturday, especially afternoon and evening, 60%, so better coverage. Saturday night, becoming widespread and even a little more meaningful in terms of the amount of rain we could get. We still have this conveyor belt of upper energy and especially moisture coming in from the Pacific, wedged between the upper high over the Gulf and this little disturbance over northern Mexico. Been funneling those layered clouds overhead and even some bursts of energy within it. We'll tap into some of that energy and even a frontal boundary as we get into the weekend. Let's talk about tomorrow. Another really gray, kind of dreary start to the day. The low gray clouds, some fog, a little bit of drizzle, a little bit of dampness, but nothing to really fill a rain gauge or to show for it. By the afternoon, the clouds clear out. We'll have some sunshine. It's going to warm us up. A little close to 90 degrees with high humidity. But notice as we get into tomorrow evening, cold front drops into the Edwards Plateau and Hill Country. We're talking Sonora, Junction, Fredericksburg, closer to 10 p.m. That's where most of the showers and storms should be, and then push into the Hill Country into the night. Some of those could be strong to severe. It's not a 0% chance, but odds are against any of that action affecting Fiesta tomorrow evening. Overall rainfall potential, I mentioned the better chances Saturday and Saturday night. So from now through that time period, we could easily see 1 to 2 inches of rain in some parts of South Central Texas. And I think that really favors parts of the Hill Country where we need the rain the most. Dew points right now, right near 70. We're feeling the stickiness. Earlier today, the dew point was actually at 73 degrees. All thanks to that wind off the Gulf of Mexico. We're feeling that mugginess. But I mentioned that cold front that hits this weekend. It hits Saturday night, so it's going to sweep away the humidity for Sunday and Monday. That right there is not very Fiesta-like, but I'm not complaining. I'm going to take it, especially being out there for the River Parade on Monday. Cooler, a little below average for temperatures and low humidity. Not all sticky and sweaty for the River Parade this year. 72 is where we were this morning. 82 for the high temperature. Tomorrow, we start the day at 71, make it up to 88 with the high humidity. 90 degrees Rio Medina, 86 tomorrow in Bulverde. But look at our temperature trend. I mentioned that cold front. We're 80 Friday, but 77 the high on Saturday. By Sunday, hard to believe, this is not a typo, 68 for the afternoon high, and then Monday for the River Parade will be in the mid-70s for a high temperature, but still low humidity both Sunday and even on into Monday. You know, I just have to share this a little bit. This is where I was yesterday, is what I'm doing. Shout out to the 149th, the Gunfighters. That's Wang Chung, the pilot, and this is all part of a little special we're putting together for part of the Battle of Flowers Parade.
What was your call sign again?
Well, I gave myself the call sign Rowdy. They just still called me Adam.
Stop trying to make Rowdy happen.
Yeah. I flew Mach 2, no big deal. You know, so through the over the sky right here that you see in our live cam. Oh, it was a good experience. Again, we'll be airing that right before Battle of Flowers Parade. They are doing the flyover.
Yeah, highway to the Doppler zone. All right, hi Larry.
Hello.
Did you go up in an F-16 or anything I need to know about?
No.
Okay, good.
I drove down 281.
That's close. Could be more dangerous. Yeah. By the way, the Brahmas going local with their new quarterback.
Yeah, so it's next man up because the starting quarterback Garbers got hurt. So Quentin Dormany from Bernie High School is now QB1, and Elizabeth Leachman from Bernie Champion High School is a track star. I mean, she is taking the nation by storm, and I mean it. Coming up.
Yeah, I think the big goal is just to try to get on the podium as many times as possible. For the UIL season, I think that being able to go represent my school at the state meet is a big thing. It's really important to me, so I would love to be able to do that to whatever extent I can.
Bernie Champion sophomore Elizabeth Leachman is running right into the history books and big board sports. It is next man up for the San Antonio Brahmas. Now their quarterback Chase Garbers is out for at least 6 weeks with a wrist injury. Former Bernie Greyhounds quarterback Quentin Dormady will get the starting nod this Saturday when they host the Michigan Panthers. Dormady was bummed out he didn't win the starting job, but now his long road and hard work are about to pay off as QB1.
Been an up and down journey for me. Super excited to get this opportunity. Circumstances obviously aren't great as far as someone having to get hurt, but I'm excited about it. The team's excited about it. We're ready to get back in the Alamo Dome in front of our fans and come out with a win. I'm excited to get back down to that area, play in front of fans that I'm familiar with, and I hope to see some Bernie fans out in the stands.
San Antonio signed QB Kevin Hogan to replace Garbers. The 2-1 Brahmas will host 2-1 Michigan Saturday night at 6 at the Alamo Dome. Only a sophomore, Elizabeth Leachman, is Bernie Champion's distance running prodigy. Leachman is right there with the best of the best in the track world right now, breaking and creating records left and right. The 16-year-old is responsible for several national records and looks to carry that momentum into UIL regionals this weekend. KSAT 12 Sports' Mary Rominger spent some time with the track star this evening to get to know her a little more.
Larry, when Bernie Champion's Elizabeth Leachman steps foot on the track, there's a shift in energy. She's a once-in-a-lifetime athlete and wise beyond her years.
I'm usually flipping the lights on at 5:45 in the morning. She's already here running, so she's relentless in her effort.
23, hello, record book! Leachman is a bona fide gold medal magnet, and her epic solo run to break the national high school 5K record last month inched her closer to qualifying for the U.S. Olympic trials.
Qualifying for the trials would definitely be an honor, and it would be amazing if that opportunity came up, but UIL season is kind of my focus right now.
At 16 years old, Leachman is the whole package. She's an exceptional student and athlete and has stayed grounded under the spotlight.
My parents will tell almost anyone, you know, if I don't want to do this in college, I'm not going to do this in college. That really helps, knowing that I'm the one choosing to be here every day.
Early injuries have challenged Leachman, but her use of cross training has helped her ease her way back into full form.
Eventually the times followed, just with my health returning, I think, but yeah, I mean, it definitely was great because it was a big risk to take for me, and it was definitely scary.
And Leachman's story is really just beginning. Her goal right now is to qualify for states in her trio of events at regionals this weekend. From Bernie, Mary Rominger, KSAT 12 Sports. Larry, back to you.
Thank you, Mary, and thank you, Elizabeth. It's a cup of coffee for Forrest Whitley after the break. Houston Astros pitcher Forrest Whitley was optioned back to AAA Sugar Land today. He was called up yesterday and he made his big league debut last night against the Braves. He entered the game in the top of the ninth with runners on second and third, and he gave up a 2-run double that was charged to Sean Dubin. Forrest went 2/3 of an inning, allowing 1 hit and a walk in the loss. Now, hopefully he gets called back to the show sooner rather than later. In Texas League Baseball, the San Antonio Missions lost 7-3 tonight at the Corpus Christi Hooks.
No pressure. Let's go.
UTSA head football coach Jeff Traylor throwing out the ceremonial first pitch at the Roadrunners softball game tonight versus Texas State. Unfortunately, the Bobcats won the game 10-0, but coach, sign him up.
See, I like that he not only threw the pitch, but that he called it a strike himself.
Exactly. Yeah, was it a strike? I don't know.
We don't know from that video. He needs to thank whoever took that video. We didn't get to see whether it was or not.
The angle just in the right place.
Yep.
Thank you. We'll be right back.